Hi everyone, this is a Precon Upgrade video on the Temur Roar deck. We will talk about the two new commanders, the new cards from this Precon, the notable reprints, and finally, the upgrades for both budget and expensive. Let's begin. The primary commander is Eshki, Temur Roar. She wants you to cast 6 power or more creatures to get her full benefit. Here are some examples. The secondary commander is Ureni of the Unwritten. When she enters or attacks, you get to look at the top 8 cards of your library and cheat out 1 dragon creature. While Eshki and Ureni works well with each other, let's decide who shall takes the main lead. Since this is a dragon tribal deck, obviously Ureni is going to take center stage. Moreover, most of the cards in this Precon works well with Ureni as the commander. Here are the 8 other new cards for this Precon. Broodcaller Scourge can cheat out any permanent cards. When you hit your opponents, Become the Avalanche is a win condition and draws you more cards. Zenith Festival allows you to impulse draw a lot of cards, and it has Harmonize, which you can do it again. Thunder Main Dragon allows you to cast dragons from top of your library. If you do, it gains haste. Parapet Trasher can destroy your opponent's artifact, burn your opponent for 4 damage, and impulse draw 1 card. Wheel of the Temur can create 1 copy of target permanent and draws you more cards. Hammerhead Tyrant, it's a fair version of Hallbreaker Horror and it can tempo your opponent out. Deceptive Frostkite can copy one of your dragons. Here are some notable reprints for this Precon. Nogi, Draco Zealot, Sarkhan, Soul Flame, Asushi, The Blazing Sky, Hellkite Courser, Dragonlord Ataka, Savala Stampede, Blasphemous Act, Dragon Tempest, Elemental Born, and Temur Ascendancy. Overall, the reprint value for this Precon is pretty good. Before I proceed, let's talk about the upgrade goal for this Precon. When Ureni is leading the charge, we want to have tons of dragon on the battlefield and attack your opponents. Dragons are hard to block because they have flying and high power to threaten your opponent's life total. Here are the stats for this deck. I calculated there are approximately 11 card advantage. This is done by drawing extra cards when big creature enters or having big creatures on the battlefield, or impulse draw from the top of your library. Impulse draw means exile the top few cards from your library and then you have a limited time period to play them before they go away for good. 1 card selection, which doesn't provide you with additional card draw but allows you to see through your deck more. 17 ram cards, which allows you to put more lands onto the battlefield or have access to more mana by having mana rock like Soaring and Arcane Signet. 14 targeted disruption spells, which means you spend 1 card to interact or disrupt one of your opponent's stuff. 5 mass disruption cards, which means you spend 1 card to interact or disrupt 1 or more of your opponent's stuff. 12 enabler cards, which can contribute to the game plan for this deck, which is to have tons of dragons on the battlefield and attack with them right away. 17 payoff cards, which reward you when your game plan is working. And finally, 2 enhancer cards to make your game plan work better. Overall, the stat looks pretty good. We just need to replace some cards with better ones. Here are the cards that I removed. You can find all of them under the Sideboard section. I'm taking out Breaching Dragonstorm because it is too expensive to cast and it is not a dragon. Draconic Lore is not consistent. Dragonlord Ataka just got power creep by another dragon, which I will mention later on. Dragon Master Outcast is good in token deck but not this one. Also, it is not a dragon. Eshki is also not a dragon. Reflection of Lidiara is too expensive to cast, and the payoff is not worth it. If only it copies when a creature enters, not casts. Talisman of Creativity and Talisman of Impulse are replaced with green ram spells. Zenith Festival is good in other decks, but not in this one. We are mainly focusing on cheating dragons into play. Gatrak, Glorybringer, Harbinger of the Hunt, Kagar, Leyline Tyrant, Nesting Dragon, Scourge of the Throne, Skargan Hellkite, Steel Hellkite, Stormbreath Dragon, Stormshriek Pharaoh, Territorial Hellkite, Thunderbreak Region, Thundermane Dragon, Vengeful Ancestor, Varix Bladewing are all very clunky dragons, and they are not good enough. They are better options. Here are the budget upgrades for this deck. Garruk Uprising, Imarith Desert Doom, Kiora's Behemoth Beckoner, Rishkar's Expertise, Marang River Region, Big Score, Unexpected Windfalls are good card draw or card selection engines. Rampant Grove, Gnek, Astro Hunter, Bloomvine Region, Nature's Law, Cultivate, Sky Shroud Claim are all good RAM cards. I'm adding an offer you can refuse. Stubborn Denial and Arcane Denial are all good targeted disruption spells and protection spells. Drakuseth, Maw Flame, and Incinerator of the Guilty can be good mass disruption spells to destroy all your opponent's creatures. Dragon Speaker Shaman, Rhythm of the Wild, Frostcleave Siege, Healthkite Charger, Conjurer's Closet are all good enablers for this deck because they can give you cost reduction, haste, extra combat, and more dragons with Ureni. Salvage Venmore and Earthquake Dragon are powerful payoff that can bash your opponent. Finally, Panharmonicon and Wrathful Red Dragon are the enhancer for this deck, and they can give you more benefits and punishment for your opponents. Here's a little trick when you have Savage Venmore and Hellkite Charger on the battlefield. When they attack, Salvage Venmore will give you 6 mana, and you can use those 6 mana and 1 more mana from your mana pool to pay for Hellkite Charger's extra combat ability. How cool is that? 1 mana for extra combat step. Now let's talk about the expensive upgrade for this Precon. Once again, you can check out the Sideboard section for all the cards that I removed. I know this time there are a lot of them, but this is because I want to add in more cool dragons. Kindred Discovery, the Great Henge are all powerful card draw engine. Tree Visit, Old Gnawbone, Mox Jasper, Tree City are great RAM cards. I'm adding Lightning Greaves, Cavern of Soul, Mistrise Village, Heroic Intervention for more protection, Monster Manual, Arena of Glory, Mugler's Surprise, Curse Mirror, Urza's Incubator, Herald's Horn, and Mirim are good enablers card that allows you to cheat out more dragons, give haste to any dragons, and more cost reduction. Astro Dragon, Aggravated Assault, Scourge of Valkas, Terror of the Peak are powerful payoff dragons when you have tons of dragons and perform extra combat steps. I'm also adding Raise the Palisade and Ureni, the Song of Unending for mass disruption. Roaming Throne and Twin Flame Tyrant can double your triggers and your damage output. Here are 3 game changer cards to fulfill that bracket 3 requirement. Cyclonic Rift is a powerful mass disruption to send your opponent back to the Stone Age. Ancient Tomb can provide you with more mana. Jessica's Will is here not to get both modes, but rather that insane burst of red mana by targeting the opponent who holds the most cards in their hand. Here's another trick when you have Curse Mirror and Astro Dragon on the battlefield. You must have Curse Mirror on the battlefield first, and then Astro Dragon enters, and those 2 tokens are going to copy Curse Mirror. Then the Curse Mirror tokens are going to change into Astro Dragon, triggering their ability again. By the way, those creature tokens have haste because of Curse Mirror, and they can attack right away. You can check out both deck lists under the video description. Be sure to check the card tagging button to see which category they belong to. Here are some considering cards for this Precon to give you more flexibility and options. So here goes. Up the Beanstalk, Nalia, Keen Eye, Bonehorde Dracosaur, Dragonhorde Fate Tempest are good card advantage and RAM cards. Savala, Heart of the Wild, Fanatic of Ronas, Open the Way, Patchwood Banner are good RAM cards too. Dragonback Assault, it's a good board wipe and it can give you more dragons when you trigger landfall ability. Eradicus Vile Duplication can clone Ureni safely, which allows you to cheat out more dragon. Ghostband Dragon, Cavern Horde Dragon can provide you with more treasure tokens. If you have a bigger budget, you can consider Ancient Copper Dragon, Ancient Silver Dragon, Balefire Dragon, Udvara Hellkite, and Stormscale Scion. I didn't add them into the expensive upgrade because they need to deal damage to your opponent to get benefit. Ureni can cheat out powerful dragons, but she can't cheat out in a way that are tap and attacking your opponent, like Ilhar. Nonetheless, they are still powerful dragon. With that being said, that is all for this video. What do you think about the Temur Roar Precon? I think there are way too many red dragons, which is why I'm removing so many of them and replace them with better dragons. Do you like this Precon or do you like dragon tribal deck? Please let me know down in the comment section. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. It really helps out this channel. Thank you so much for watching, you guys, and have a great day ahead. We have covered all the Precon upgrade for Tarkir Dragonstorm. Please check out this playlist for other Precon upgrades. I will talk to you all in the next one. Bye bye.